Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and are making some really good trades. And let's dive right into the analysis here. So, the markets had a nice little gap down today at the open, but rallied throughout the entire day. So, filling that entire gap back up towards the upside, you guys can see big gap down at the open, filled it, and then continued to rally and even to new highs, right? So, is the wave 2 in? It could possibly be. Like, if we're looking at a shorter wave 2, we're looking for more upside, then you're probably going to fill this gap and continue to rally higher and maybe even push back up to the 610 area or 615. At that point, we'll have to see if the wave 3 really takes place. We see 620, 625, and it continues to surge. Again, we're in this final fifth wave of a fifth. So I think we are nearing, some sort of major resistance area, a major top. I couldn't say the resistance because we're kind of in price discovery, but a major reversal is what I'm expecting at one point. You can see the VIX was actually up today as well, and the UVIX was rallying. So very strange to see the volatility products surging at the same time as the markets are. To me, something is off there. So that's why I urge some caution here. GME getting a nice little bounce here. I'm going to do a separate video on that tonight. So make sure to tune in for that if you're interested in GameStop. And then we'll take a look at a few other ones here. So I'll take a look at some big cap names. So again, I expect Amazon to make it another high here, one more fifth wave extension, and then finish the count. And then we'll take a look at Apple. Just give me 1 second. We'll take a look at Apple here. Zoom out. Let's get back onto our daily time frame. Apple could be gearing up for a major pump here, but it obviously needs, it needs to go right here, right now. And it needs to do it before it starts to lose. It's already lost pretty much a lot of momentum, I would say, and it's kind of just chopping about, waiting for maybe some news to push it higher. But either it's inside of this wave 3, or it's found its significant top, and this whole thing is in, it's a corrective move, and it's going to start to roll over. You could take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's got earnings this week, so I believe it's Wednesday, tomorrow after the close. So it looks like it's actually pushing up inside of this fifth wave here. So I actually expect maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5, and a push higher to maybe 164, 160 on NVIDIA. And then everyone's going to be, buying this up like crazy, hoping for more upside, but we'll have to see what happens here. Let's take a look at the SMH. I think the SMH was getting a nice rally here. It is in a potential buy area for the wave 4. Final extension in the fifth wave is still possible, guys. So again, great NVIDIA earnings would push the SMH up into the sell area, at which point that's when I would be interested in taking the short. You could easily also go for some longs here if you're interested in longing the SMH for maybe one possible final bounce higher, which again, it doesn't look like a big move, but this is a 10% move here. And if you're playing it with the SOXL, then that will be 30%, right? If you like to play with those leverage ETFs. Let's take a look, not at wheat. I wanted to cover a few more things. The TLT, so we covered TLT last night pretty late. Let's cover it a little bit earlier now. You can see you're continuing to get bullish divergence build on that daily time frame. The weekly cycle, in my opinion, needs it needs to bounce pretty hard here. In my opinion, I think we're just overdue for a bounce. All the smaller time frames are just signaling that we're going to get a bounce sooner than later. Yields should start to pull back as well. Again, this goes with the TLT. The dollar is also quite extended. It also needs a little bit of downside before it can continue higher. And then oil. Oil's an interesting one. Oil, in my opinion, needs some, a major sell-off, but it continues to just chop about and hold the $67, $66 level. It was down pretty big the other day and it recovered. But we'll have to see how that plays out. Again, I still think oil needs a lot of downside. Let's take a look at a few other ones here. Scroll back up. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs were up big as well. People are talking about the Qs are finished. The Qs are done. Again, the Qs can actually continue to extend in this X wave and continue to push higher. But I'm not ready to jump into some longs here on the Qs. I'm just watching it for now. Not really ready to dive into some heavy longs on the Qs. Let's take a look to see what the Japanese yen is doing. The Japanese yen got that big pullback the other day. Let's take a look at a smaller time frame count to see where we're at. Maybe the 4-hour would be better for that. Let's see, or maybe not. Sorry, there we go. 3, 4 truncated there. Yeah, we'll take a look at the 45-minute. 1, 2. You could call this your third wave. 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's already done and it's topped out. But again, I'm keeping a very close eye on almost every single asset here, because I think we are nearing a pretty significant top. But again, I could be wrong. I've said that before, and I don't want to call out a major top. I called the Q's tops, and then it was invalidated a couple of weeks ago when we passed the all-time highs, right? Let's take a look at AMD. So AMD is one we've been tracking as well. I think AMD needs more downside. This one's been beautiful. It's been charted beautifully as well. You could take a look at SMCI. SMCI actually jumped up 31% today. 31%. I don't even know what the news was. Load the boat. Yeah, ahead of NVIDIA earnings. It's possible you could actually get a big, shot up here. Again, this isn't my buy area. This isn't my buy area right now. Again, if you're a risk taker, you could definitely take some longs on SMCI and hope for the best. This thing could definitely pump back up, but what they got going on fundamentally doesn't sound or look too good either. All right, so yeah, I'm just watching the market, guys. No big moves right now. It's going to be an interesting couple days. Crypto, was actually pumping today to new all-time highs. MicroStrategy is at 430. It might finally be a short now after rallying so much and so hard for so many days. It is up tremendously off the lows here. It's just going vertical at this point. It's up like 4,000%. From the lows of 2023. So again, it's been an insane pump, and congrats to those who longed it. But I think it's well overdue for a pullback, in my opinion. Anyways, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.